I think 2011 was actually one of the most exciting years we've ever had for Duran Duran. It's funny to think that 3 decades in to the band's career, that you can actually reinvigorate the music, the live show, to the point where you wonder why you hadn't done certain things before.
2011 has been an amazing year, actually, quite incredible. We did some American festivals, which we've never really done before. We played South by Southwest, and it had a definite focus of energy and attention in the Coachella show. We were heated up, we were relaxed, we were powerful.
You know, we walked on stage to the most beautiful sunset. The moon was out, the lights were just going on the funfair. The wind was in our hair. It was like God was like the LD. It was just magnificent.
My personal highlight of the year, work-wise, was definitely the movie we made with David Lynch, which we filmed in Los Angeles at the Mayan Theatre.
I seriously doubted the David Lynch project was going to go ahead. And the closer that it got to the date, and he got really engaged with the project and started sending us notes and requests, and, you know, and we got this sense that he was building up this vast kind of armory of ideas and effects that he was going to throw into the mix on the night. I mean, he was just, he was a fantastic chap.
We'd all been huge admirers of David Lynch's work for many years. In fact, I remember when I was a teenager, I went to the Arts Lab in Birmingham with John Taylor, and we went to see Eraserhead, David's first full-length movie, and we were completely blown away by it. And I've really been a fan ever since then, so it was an enormous pleasure to work with him. And I think what David brought to the live film was what we'd been looking for many years. It was a completely new approach, as if no live film had ever been made before.
The interesting thing was that David Lynch was almost like another member of the band, because everything he was doing was being done live. And he was like a chef up in his kitchen up there, kind of, well, literally cooking up the sausages up there. And it made for a really interesting experience, actually. And I thought the results were pretty extraordinary.
Very, very fresh kind of guy. Pleasure to be around. You know, creatively, it was a summit for us.
There were many happy accidents, as he called them, but also things that were pre-planned, with smoke going across the screen and machines and beautiful imagery, bizarre imagery.
Yeah, 2011 was certainly a year of extremes, a lot of ups and downs. Started amazingly with the release of the album, All You Need Is Now. We went to America for 6 weeks, toured all around the smaller venues in preparation for the big tour, and then it all went wrong.
This was one moment I went for a high note, I got it, I might have hit something a bit hard. Next song started, which is All You Need Is Now. I went for the high note in the verse of that, and it just wasn't there for me.
When Simon lost his voice in May of 2011, it was an enormous blow to the band and to the project.
It was a terrible time for us as a band, really. We ended up cancelling all the European dates, all the UK dates as well, which we were really looking forward to.
When it happened, we were all in complete shock. Probably denial for a little while, hoping that we could just lose a couple of shows and then it'll be fine. But in fact, we lost several months and a lot of momentum.
It was a very difficult time for Simon, you know, for a performer to think that you've lost your gift, if you like. You know, it's a tough thing to deal with, and I don't think Simon knew whether it was going to come back again.
The nature of it was It was like a catastrophic failure.
I did consider that this could be the end of the band. That's going to happen. I mean, there's no way you can avoid those thoughts.
I don't think I ever think of a moment when something comes to an end. If it does, it does.
We were rehearsing for the UK tour in London, and Simon comes into the room and just kind of gives us this look. And we almost knew what he was going to say. You know, he said that I can't do this. And I think we were all pretty crushed, actually, at that moment. You know, there were so many hopes and dreams, I think, shattered at that moment. And it was literally like looking into a black hole at that point.
Obviously, one felt for him, he was living it. But, you know, we were all looking at, you know, wow, you know, what does this mean if it doesn't come back?
Hi there, John and I are here in London in our rehearsal room, and very sadly we're bearers of bad news today. Our hugest apologies, but we are going to have to cancel the entire British tour.
You know, was it the end of the band? Was it the end of the road finally?
Fortunately, his voice actually is beyond full strength now. If anything, I would say it's stronger than it's ever been.
I think that the way that we handled it gave us strength when we came back together, that we were actually closer.
It was like a second coming in a way for us. It was, it gave the whole tour so much more meaning, for sure.
I've got a great warm-up routine which I go through now, and I really get myself ready for that show. And again, that song, at the opening song, Before the Rain, is a fantastic way to open. So I start the show really relaxed.
Simon's come back absolutely 100 times more on it than he was. You know, it's been a good thing for him. It's really, he's obviously had to really address it, and it's come back fighting fit.
Yeah, I think the band's actually sounding better than it's ever sounded. You know, this is a tight unit now. We've been playing together for quite a number of years now, since Andy left the band and Dom came in. Well, I think it was very tough for Dom because he had a very big pair of shoes to fill. You know, because Andy was a big character and he occupied a huge amount of the sound, the way he played, and I think the great thing about Dom was that he came in completely egoless. You know, there was no ego there. He was just a musician that was so into his playing. That was the only important thing for him. And I think that kind of rubbed off on the whole band. I think it made us really kind of focus in on our playing.
It's been great. It's been really good, especially the last few months have been the best touring I've had with Duran.
We've got a very strong feeling on stage at the moment. I mean, obviously Simon, Nick, Roger and I, you know, we've been together a long time, but Dom Brown, also Simon Wilscroft and Anna Ross. I mean, you know, we, the seven of us, have been together for about 6 years now. It's not even instinct, it's conditioning. You know, because at night after night after night, I know exactly what Simon's going to be doing at this point in this song, and I know where Dom's going to be. And we do have a lot of fun.
I think with every project we approach, we try to look at how to do something differently. That's the very nature of the band, really. Like an art school band, really. We're a project. I think this show has been one of the most innovative that we've done in recent years. The idea behind it was to involve the audience more and to actually have it become more interactive. Well, I suppose the other big Duran event of the year was the Girl Panic video. Yeah, it was a couple of really magical days we spent at the Savoy Hotel in London.
The idea was one thing, You know, having an idea like that was easy. Implementing it, getting the girls' availabilities took a lot of doing. Credit to, you know, Nick, Wendy.
We re-edited it specifically for the live show, for the screens. It's brought a different dynamic to that part of the show and a great energy.
And I'm the front man for Duran Duran.
The response we've been getting from the audience is phenomenal. I've never seen British audiences react with so much gusto and passion. And I think we're playing a better show than we've ever played in our career.
It was a massive year for us, for the band. I think we learned what All You Need Is Now meant. You know, we really learned to stay in the moment, and it did not go according to plan. It actually went way better.